Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. So in this video, this is the monthly Faithful Fab 7 collab with the beautiful ladies in the collab group that I am in, started by Faye Blatcher. There are 7 of us ladies in the group. There's myself, Faye Blatcher, who started the group, Jennifer Miller, who's known as Amethyst Winters here on YouTube, Teresa from Teresa Ann 83, Chanel from, I think she recently changed her name, but it was EY Beauty, but she will be linked down below because I can't remember offhand. She recently changed it. And then we have Desi from Desi's Corner, and then we have Beth from Beth's Makeup Diary. So today's look, it's the genre of Y2K, which is basically 2000s. We did 1990s last month, and now it's the 2000s. So I'm really excited, and honestly, I don't think I did a whole lot at that time. I kept it pretty simple for what I gathered and what I remembered. Thin brows were still in. I did fill my brows in today. I tried to do them as thin as I could, but I do know that thin brows were in still at that time. I wouldn't say they were like 90s thin. They're a little bit thicker, but not quite much of a difference. And liner was really huge on the waterline, and on top of the liquid line, and pencil was very big at that time. Bright colors, just like one shadow looks, were still pretty popular. Always glittery was very popular. Some type of glitter or shimmer on the lid was very, very popular. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to see what I come up with. I did decide that I want to do maybe like a bluish look because I remember a lot of like shimmery blue eyeshadows being used, pink ones, purple, things like that. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Don't forget to check out all of the ladies' channels. They're always linked down below when we do this, when we do this video. So let's just go ahead and get started. Like I said, I did already do my brows for the sake of time, and they're probably a little thicker than what they were at that time, but we're just not going to worry about it. So I did prime my eyes with the Beauty Crop primer. I took it all over the lid, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I had to pick up several different palettes because of the different shades. So I'm going to start with this Fade Into You palette because it has a really pretty blue in there, matte blue, that I can go in with right here. I'm going to take that and just kind of place it on all of the lid except up here, because up here we're going to put a shimmer white, like a champagne-y color, because that's kind of what they did then. Pulled 3 different palettes just to have some, because of what I'm trying to do, the variety. So like I said, I'm just going to place that all right here. And this is so close to the shade they would use, like that pastel-y blue. Pastels were really popular, I feel like, back in the early 2000s. Really bold eyeliner looks and things like that. So that is that. See? Very pastel-y, very blue. I also feel like back then when we were doing makeup, like at that time frame, I feel like it wasn't like it is today, where it's like everything has to be so precise, has to be so perfect, so blended. So, you know what I mean? Am I the only one that feels that way? Like back then, no one was like competing, or maybe I just wasn't aware, wasn't competing about whose makeup looked better. It was just so much for fun. Whereas today, I feel like everybody's like, oh, you didn't blend that right, or oh, those colors aren't, you know, good together, or that eye look is not, you know, doesn't look like it should. But I feel like back then it was so different. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this palette. I showed you guys these little Fenty palettes. So these are 2 small ones and this is a big one. And what's cool about her palettes is they snap together. So I'm going to just go in this shade here, right here, this blue. It's a true baby blue. And I can go in with the brush, but I'm just going to place that on top of that other blue. They're not similar blues, but I feel like starting that as a base will just help with this. If I wanted to, I could go in with the brush and just kind of wet it so that that sheen to it comes out a little more. Because it does have a sheen. And that's what I was going for. Like if you could see it on my finger, see that? How it has that sheen? See that? Very pretty. And I thought that would be really pretty to do that on top. I could have went in with that other one that's in that same little palette I just showed you. But this has that sheen that I like and that blue tone that I feel that was super popular at that time. See, just like that. See how it made just a little bit of a difference? Not a drastic difference, but it made a little difference. This was my first Fenty palette that I had. And the choice that I chose, like choosing this color, I don't know why I did that. I did, but it came in handy now. It's definitely not one I reach for all the time, but it has some fun colors in it. I have used it for some fun looks. All right, just like that, very easy. And then what I'm gonna do is just take a clean blending brush and I'm just gonna blend everything together just to kind of get those creases kind of blended and fine. And if I wanted to, I could take a little bit of that blue from the ColourPop palette, just a tad, and I could just gently put some right here. But not a whole lot because I'm going to go in with that shimmer shade like I stated. All right, and then for that shimmer, because I don't feel that that's super popular now. I know we do the brow bone area with the shimmer, but actually back then they would actually fill this whole part with shimmer. So I'm going to take this color right here that's in this little avocado palette from Makeup I Heart Revolution. This is a tasty avocado. And I'm going to take that shade and I'm going to just so gently put that very lightly all up in that area that I just mentioned to you. I feel like nowadays it's really not a thing to do that because it can kind of not, it can accentuate certain things and you know, after a certain age I feel like too much shimmer is not good for me personally. It was very popular back then, so we're gonna just go ahead and do that. If I can get it up. Can you see that? It's barely coming out. Might be the brush, but we'll see. Okay, it's there, but it's not like how I would recall it to be, if that makes sense. Like I could see it, but I feel like it's like, yeah, I could see it there. It doesn't have to be like boom, so it's fine. I'm going to take a little bit on a smaller brush, and I'm going to just put that in the inner corner of the eyes. Like as far as, so that's good for the eyes for now. I feel like as far as face makeup and things like that, I don't feel that it was like super heavy. So I'm just going to go in, and I just remember in the early 2000s, I had this little compact, really tiny, and it was from the brand Clean and Clear, which is the skincare that makes like face washes and things like that. And it was a blue powder, and it made your face look like pale white basically when you put it on. And it was kind of funny though that it was light blue. I would just put all that all over my face. So I of course don't have that powder any longer. Conceal the under eyes, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of face powder on, and then we'll go from there because that's how I kind of kept it. I didn't bronze or contour at that time. I did put blush, like a real pink blush, like on the apples of my cheeks. And actually I do recall I would take a lipstick and do that. I didn't have any like little powder blushes and stuff, so that's what I'm going to do today. Highlighter I really didn't do a ton of. Mascara of course, and then the liners were a big thing. So, okay, so everything that I use in the video will be linked down below. Off camera, finish my mascara, and then I'll come back on and we'll finish up the look. So I'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I'm back, and this is the finished look. So I put the liner on, the liquid line, and then I put a pencil in the waterline. This is the NYX Faux Whites in Mint Cream. I put that on the waterline to kind of just pop it, and then I put the mascara on the lower lashes and the lashes, and then I did tight line above my upper lash line with the Tarte just black liner. And then for lips, I took this because it was very glossy in the early 2Ks and very nude lip looking. It was like your lips but better. And this is the Bear from LA Girl right there. I took that. And then I took the gloss LA Colors High Shine Shea Gloss in Dollface. I love this gloss. It's super, super pretty. But this is the overall finished look. I really, really like the way that it came out. It definitely is screaming early 2000s to me. And then I put these hoop earrings because these also scream that to me. And then I braided my hair and just flipped it over because braids were very big at that time. I feel like super big. So, and then I left the rest of the hair down. But yeah, guys, this is my overall finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to go check out the ladies' channels as well. See what looks they did, how they interpreted the early 2000s for their makeup look. All the products that I used will be listed down below. All of the ladies' channels will be listed down below. So guys, this is going to complete this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.